Hey there, it's Candace, and welcome back to the 30,000 Footview podcast. This is the show for the entrepreneur who is out there hustling to be a part of that 1% club or the employee looking to climb the corporate ladder. This show will help you to look at the bigger picture so that you can plant seeds today and watch them bloom tomorrow. All right, guys, let's go be great. Hey guys, what's up? It's Candace and welcome back to a new episode of the 30,000 Foot View podcast. Today we are going to jump right in, you guys, because I don't want to keep you all too long because it has been a week, y'all. It has been a week and I want to just get straight to the point. I want you to really end your week on a high note and I want you to really focus on how you're going to really reflect this weekend in order to better set yourself up for success going into next week, okay? So I start this episode today asking you what I deem the $1 million question. And that is the very title of this episode, which is, do you think that you're great? And I'm not talking about, do you think you're good? Do you think you're okay? Nobody probably calls themselves mediocre, but when you just say, yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm good. That's still the same thing as kind of saying you're mediocre. Do you think you're great? So let me set the scene for you. You were in a competition with 49 other people. And you and those 49 other people, you're all competing for a grand prize, whatever it is. Okay, that top spot, that top contender spot. Would you feel that you are the best? Do you feel you're the fastest, the smartest, the most capable person in order to be in that top spot? If your answer is no, and you are competing for something, then my friends, I am here to tell you that this episode is being recorded specifically for you. Take every word to heart, get you a pen and paper, let's sit down and let's chat, okay? I'm going to start by saying this. There is a very distinct difference in being confident and being cocky and being arrogant. I have to point that out because when people are like, well, do you think you're great? And I just told you that if your answer is no, then there's a problem. No, I'm not telling you to be arrogant. I'm not telling you to be cocky. I'm asking you to be confident, okay? We are going to talk about being confident today because in my circle, in my business, in my life, in my world, there is no room for people to be arrogant. There's just not. However, I absolutely have room in my life for other like-minded, confident people. So that's what I want to focus on today. And I came up with the title of this episode of Do You Think You're Great? Based on a book that I have been reading, and it talks a lot about that very thing, how we all have dreams and goals in this world, but if we don't have any confidence, any fire, any passion, any type of overall self-belief that we are amazing and that we are truly just worthy of that top spot, if we don't have those things, we're never going to ultimately get to where we want to be or where we're trying to go. Confidence is something that either you have or you don't. And for me personally, it's something that I have never lacked. I can remember just as a kid, it's just not something that was lacking in me. I was always very comfortable in any type of setting, any room, any crowd, any platform. I seriously don't think that I've ever met a stranger. You know, I'm that crazy person that, you know, you're getting ready to take a trip, okay? And let's just say that that trip is going to be by airplane, right? You board your flight. Let's just say you're traveling by yourself. And when you get on the plane, you're in line, like you're boarding, you're walking down the row or down the aisleway. You see your seat, but you already see somebody sitting either in that aisle seat or the window seat right next to the seat that's empty and it's supposed to be yours. And when you look at that person and you make eye contact with them, you can already tell that they're just going to talk your ear off. Yeah, I'm that girl. That is me. At least it was pre-pandemic. Now I'm not John dogging anybody, but I'm that person that I want to talk to you. I want to get to know you. I want to know about your mama, your wife, your husband, your kids, what you do for a living, what you enjoy on the weekends. Like, I'm just that person. I just like to make conversation with people. So that ability, that skill set, that quality has built up my confidence over the years. And I always like to go back to this. I can think back from when I first graduated college and started in the real world and had my first big girl job, I have had a few different positions with a few different companies. But the thing about it is all of those positions have been a step up. They have been a career progression by way of title, responsibility, and compensation. And since the day that I left my first job out of college, the goal, the job, the responsibility, whatever that I was chasing is the position that I have today. And here's how I got there. And that's what we're going to talk about. How you can get to where you're wanting to be. And it's all a mindset shift, okay? Each position that I have ever interviewed for, I knew without a shadow of a doubt that I was going to get that job. Again, not because I'm arrogant, but because I'm confident in the skill set and the experiences that I've acquired over the years and my ability to continue to be a student and continue to keep growing my mind in order to be successful in whatever the new role is that I'm trying to obtain. The majority of the positions that I've interviewed for and then accepted, I know at the end of the day, I was not the most qualified person out there in terms of checking all of the boxes on, the company's job posting or their wish list or their interview guide. I know that. But what I did have was the confidence, the highly marketable skills from past experiences, the personality, and the meaningful connections that can speak to my entrepreneurial spirit and my self-motivation in order to get the job done. Those are key things that you can't list on a resume. Those are things that you have to make somebody feel when you're talking to them. They have to visually see all of these things exuding from your body. There's just some things that can't be taught. They can't be learned. They're just in you. And like I said, there is not a position that I went into that I did not think I wasn't going to get. Period. It's just not in me to think that I'm going to fail. Failure is not an option for me. And the point of making the example earlier about, let's say you're in a race with 49 other people to do something, okay? Nobody should sign up for a competition, a race, a whatever, a game, with the intention of losing. You should go into it 1000% confident that you're going to win. You're the best person for the team, the job, the whatever it is. You have to be so laser focused on the task at hand and being extremely motivated that you know that the only way out is you ending up on top. In the discussion. That should be the only thing you're focused on when you are going for a goal, when you're trying to hit an accomplishment. And I think that this topic in particular has been really heavy on my heart the last few weeks because I have experienced a season in my business where I have encountered so many people that count themselves out from the beginning, or they're in it, times get a little tough, and then they give up on themselves. And I always go back to, well, if they just had a little bit more self-confidence, self-awareness, self-motivation to do more, be more, and go after more, then this whole equation, this whole picture would look so different. And I wish that they thought more of themselves before throwing in the towel, before checking out, before hitting the unfollow, before hitting the delete, before saying, okay, I'm done, before saying, this opportunity is not for me, this team's not for me, this whatever's not for me. I wish that people knew what the bigger picture was. I am one of those people where I 1000% understand that in order to achieve the level of success that I know that I am worthy of and that I deserve, I am going to have to live my life today like other people won't. So that in 2, 3, 4, 5 years, I can truly experience life like nobody else. I know that there are going to be extremely long days. There are going to be late nights. There's going to be early mornings. There are going to be days that I couldn't tell you what day of the week it is, what time it is, what I ate for lunch, or if I showered or not. But I know that I'm working towards an ultimate goal. I know that I'm trying to, perfect my craft, perfect my profession, build other people up, motivate other people, provide a stellar service that can't be matched, that can't be found anywhere else. To build a business that is sustainable and that is unmatched, that cannot be touched, that is unshakable. It requires discipline. It requires self-motivation. It requires you knowing that there is no other option but success. There's no other option but winning. Failure is not on the table. If you don't think you're worthy, if you don't think you're going to win, if you don't think you're going to make it, why would anybody else think that you would? Why would anybody else want to be a part of it, want to work with you? Why would they? Why would someone else if you don't? So when you're going for a goal, you're going for a title, you're going for a job, you're going, for that promotion, or heck, let's even go financial. Let's say that you are going to buy a house, you're going to get your first apartment, you're going to buy a car. If you're not confident in your finances and everything that it has taken you to this point to have you to walk into the doors of that dealership or that lender or that bank or whatever and tell them, hey, I want this car, I want this house, I want this apartment, whatever. Here's my information. Bring me my keys. If you're not confident doing that, you're not going to get it. You have to be confident in everything that you do. Everything. I truly, truly believe in the phrase of ask, believe, receive. If you don't believe in the things that you are putting out there, you're not going to be able to receive them. You're not going to be able to accomplish them. You're not going to be able to check those boxes off of your list. You have to meet every task, every obstacle, every journey that you are on with no self-doubt whatsoever. With full-on self-motivation, confidence, your God-given ability to do whatever it is that you know that you can do. When I was saying earlier that I know for a fact that every position that I have ever applied for, when I said that I got those jobs, that's accurate. Any job that I've applied for since I graduated college, I have gotten it. And like I said before, I know I wasn't the most qualified person out there in the marketplace, but my confidence said that I was. My confidence was unmatched. My interpersonal skills were unmatched. My communication skills were unmatched. My personality was unmatched. My ability in painting a picture of what the future could look like is unmatched. And the reason I do that, I know that I don't even, and this is the thing, I know I don't even check all the boxes as far as the experience. But I'm so confident in myself that if somebody gives me a platform, they give me an opportunity, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure it out. If I have to Google my way to the top, if I have to go through, have 5 different mentors in 5 different areas and industries and disciplines in order to absorb as much information as I can, if I have to build a team that makes up the knowledge that I am lacking, then that's what someone does. That's what a leader does. That's what a winner does. That's what somebody who wants to grow and be more and do more for the long term. That's what they do. You've got to believe that if you can't do it today, you have the mindset to go out and acquire the skills, the tools, the knowledge, the circle, the network in order to do the things that you're asked to do. I truly believe you should not know everything. Like I said in a previous episode, you should not be the loudest and smartest person in the room, ever. You have got to always be a student. You should know where you can go to get resources, to get information. If you don't have it today, oh well. You know how to figure it out. That is what every industry, every company, every business needs. You need people that can go and find the answers. You always need people that are hungry, that are super inquisitive, that are always wanting to learn, and they're always just wanting to find the answers. They're always wanting to find different ways of doing things, maybe more efficient ways, or, maybe more financially impactful ways of doing things. There's always an opportunity for growth and to learn more. So you've got to be that person. You've got to be the person that asks the questions. You've got to be the person to go and dig and hunt and find what it is you're looking for and what you need. You have to be open and willing to do that. And then the real key is that type of mentality, that mindset, that hustle, that grind, that ability to roll up your sleeves and get dirty with the rest of them. That mentality has to be duplicatable because you can't do it all. You can't do it all yourself, and you want to build, a legacy. You want to build a business, a department, a company, an opportunity that, is here for the long run, that is here long after you are gone. So you have to figure out how to pass along historical information. You have to figure out how to pass along information to others so that legacy continues. You want to pass along all of the non-negotiables that you have learned and developed over the years that made you the success that you are. You want that to go on forever. You want that to be something that everybody in your organization, everybody in your team, that everybody strives for. So the next time somebody asks you, are you good or are you great? My answer is always going to be I'm great, because I'm always going to bet on myself. Always going to bet on myself. Because if I can't bet on myself, I can't expect anybody else to. Now, do I understand the value of a village, the value of a team, a value of network? Absolutely. No millionaire was ever made a millionaire without the backing and the help of other people. People who say they are self-made, that's just physically not possible. It's not possible for someone to be self-made. You had to get resources from other places, other people in order to get to where you are. Are you a millionaire? Absolutely. But we just leave the self-made out of it. Okay? Because that's just not an accurate statement. So every millionaire takes note. Every millionaire passes a legacy on. Well, at least they should be, okay? Every millionaire was a student first. Every millionaire put in some major hours in order to get to where their business, their opportunity is self-sufficient, it's passive, it is running like a well-oiled machine so that you can now live life like nobody else. You can go do the things that you want to do. You've got financial freedom, but more importantly, you've got time freedom. When you decide that you want to go for that goal, that title, that job, that company, whatever it is, whether that goal is financially or time-wise, you are going to have to give up some things. It's all about the short-term sacrifice for the long-term payoff. There are things that you're going to have to give up for a short period of time so that you can be laser focused and have your non-negotiables that are going to pay off, because you're going to be able to do all the things that are on your list that you can't do today. So that may mean you don't have as much time for your friends anymore. You don't have time for your little boyfriend. You don't have time, for the extra hours on the couch with your spouse, just sitting there napping, watching TV or something, when you could be doing something that's going to be productive so that you all can do nothing but that in a year. Maybe you don't have time to go out to eat. Okay, you don't have time to go to the mall and shop. Maybe you got to do some little online shopping for your kids now. Y'all don't have time to run out there. It's different things. There's different sacrifices that you're going to have to make in order to be able to be where you want to be. Okay, that's just how it is. So if you want to be great, you have to do the things that a great person does. If you want to be good, you want to be okay, then keep doing what you're doing. Keep spinning that hamster wheel if that's the life you want to live. But if you're listening to this podcast, I'm pretty sure you want more than what you have today. And I'm not saying that in a greedy way, but you just want, I mean that from a standpoint of you want to be better positioned than you are today. Whether that is time freedom, financial freedom, family, whatever your reason is, that's between you and your higher being, right? But everybody wants to be better positioned than they are today. Okay? So think about this, you guys, okay? Be confident in everything you do. Be confident in what you want. Be confident in what you are duplicating to others in your network. You don't want to just be good. You don't want to just be okay. You want to be great. You want to have that self-confidence to say, I'm the best, I'm great, I'm good, I'm that confident in myself. I can make any dream that I have come true. I can check any goal off of my list. Check that box. If I don't have the skill set today, I guarantee I'll have it tomorrow. I'm always going to bet on myself. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. We will be back next Friday with a brand new episode. Don't forget to go over to Facebook and Instagram and give me a follow, 30,000 Foot View Podcast. And as always, you can catch replays and show notes over on my website, thebigbluedebutante.com/30,000 Foot View Podcast. All right, guys, have a great Friday. Have a safe weekend, and we will see you next week. Bye, guys.